You are listening to Cybertronix on the Bandcamp Hour. Hi, you're listening to Cole, aka Cybertronix. Is KSWV Radio Shockwave. You are listening to the Bandcamp Hour by me, Cole, from RetroReverbRecords. This is the very first show that I've done, and I want to start off by thanking Blake and Luna for inviting me here to do this show and to attempt to bring you some music. So the idea of the show is that I'm going to be choosing tracks from Bandcamp that they may be available to stream, but they are specifically available to purchase on platforms like Bandcamp. I'll be focusing on Bandcamp, but I will be taking submissions from any platforms where they don't stream and people do actually purchase the music they like and support the artist. And that really is the main theme of this. Obviously, we'll be playing good music, what I think is good music anyway, and trying to get these artists heard. And a big part of what we do here at Retro Reverb Records. And I'd like to just borrow your ears for a few seconds just to describe who I am, if you haven't heard of me, and what I do, really. So, as I said, my name is Cybertronix. I was a drum and bass DJ back in London in the UK when drum and bass was really big. It was a big scene. In later life, I moved out to Sicily, and I met a good friend of mine, Alex Vicchietti, who asked me to start a record label with him based on the work that I'd done with some friends over at Time Slave Recordings before. and we started Retro Reverb Records together with the idea that we were going to try and support artists in a fair way, and we created some core values that we still to this day try to stick by mostly, wherever possible. No, we do. They are very important to us. And 5 years later, we have released 300 tracks. We've done live events, streaming events. We've released tapes, CDs, vinyls, mini discs, raised money for charity, and we have worked with some of the biggest names in the synthwave scene. And we currently are a synthwave and electronic music label taking submissions. So how will the format of the show work? Well, today we are going to be listening to, as it is the pilot episode, tracks from Retro Reverb Records, mostly because I've got them all available. But I'm sorry, I'm a little bit flued up on my first ever episode. But we will be absolutely looking to take submissions from people, and we will look forward to hearing from you. And the way you can submit your tracks will be in the description below, but it is Retro Reverb Records, that's all one word, at gmail.com. Send your MP3s and any other information relating to your music to that, and title it to Cole, and I'll give it a listen, and you never know, you might get spun on the show. Some other features of the show. We'll start. This is actually going to be a pre-recorded episode to start with, as I get used to being a DJ. But the idea is that we will go live. Even with the pre-recorded ones, I will come into the chat box and try to answer any questions that people might have. In future, we want to have guests, and we want to have questions of the week as well. So I think that about sums it all up. And without further ado, we shall move on to our second song of the evening, which is called Life of the Party by Cybertronix LA Dreams. Obviously, he has been released by RetroReverbRecords, Records, and he has a lovely red marble vinyl available. The artwork on that is absolutely fantastic. Check it out now. And that was Life of the Party by Cybertronix LA Dreams. You are listening to KSWV Radio Shockwave, a retro 80s Miami Vice past meets cyberpunk future radio station. The last track there's a remix of it by my good friend Alex Vichetti as well, which you can check out on www.bandcamp.com. No, that's not right. No, I don't even remember our own Bandcamp link. That is a terrible start. RetroReverbRecords.bandcamp.com. This is certainly a newbie show. Right, yes, no, an excellent remix by Alex, who, by the way, has done some fantastic pieces and albums on their own rights, which we will be listening. Well, we'll listen to at least one of his tracks later on as well. Right, moving on. The next band is Le Groupe Fantastique. We're going to play one of their tracks from The Powers Divine, which is an album which is available in pink on our Bandcamp page. Absolutely fantastic album. And we're going to play a song called Criminal Records. And that was Le Groupe Fantastique, Criminal Records. Big shout goes out to Jono, Al, and Tom from Le Groupe Fantastique. Obviously, being with us on the label for a good while now. I've had the pleasure of meeting the boys in person a few times. And really, really lovely lads. And they've got something new coming out as well. They're not the fastest to produce, but what they do produce, I think, is excellent. Sorry, I'm going to have to cough. Right. Moving on. We're moving on to George Ergum. Right, George is from Georgia. He has just done his second EP with us, and this track is called Exhale. It's a synth pop track. That was George Ergum, Exhale. I'm sorry if I'm cutting the tracks out a little bit early. I've got a lot to get through in the first episode, and I just want to give you a taste of everything that is available on Retro Reverb Records. George is an incredibly funny chap, a very, very laid-back guy, and you should go follow him on TikTok. He posts some pretty funny stuff. I want to just take a moment to give a shout out to some of the people who have been very supportive of Retro Reverb Records over the years. We need to give a shout out to Dan at Retro Synth Records. I need to give a shout out to Cool Movie Maurice. I need to give a shout out to the State of Synth, Karin. I need to give a shout out to the name eludes me now. IEA Radio, Big Fat Satsuma Radio, and many, many more. Everyone who has supported us, and of course KSWV, who are one of our biggest supporters and one of today's leading modern synthwave, synthpop, retrowave, 80s and revival radio stations. Right, next up is a bit of a change in style and tempo. This is much more cinematic, ambient, and dark. We have Ashpool, who is a French artist. He's also been with us for a very long time. He was living out in Ireland and he's moved back to the motherland. And this song is Evasion. and that was Ashpool with the track Evasion, a wonderfully spacey, ambient, emotional track there. Right, moving swiftly on, I'd like to talk about our next artist, which is Rev Lever. He is from the Netherlands, and his dad was a bit of a legend back in the day. Actually, the name of the track and his father eludes me. I am not as well prepared as I should be, but I know that he spent a number of weeks, possibly months, at number one in the American charts and the Dutch charts back in the 60s or 70s. His dad also features quite heavily in some of his tracks, um, helping out playing guitar. But that doesn't mean that Randy, who is Rev Lever, doesn't stand out by himself. He has a very unique style, which you'll hear in most of his tracks. And he couples up with a singer whose name has also eluded me, but she is from Australia, and I will put her name in the description of this show. So without further ado, we're going to listen to Choose Wisely by Rev Lever. Lovely track there. A quick Google search tells me it was Shannon Lawn on vocals there for Rev Lever, and Rev Lever describes himself as a songwriter and musician. His music has a distinctive flavour inspired by the catchy melodies of the 80s pop, and the vocalist on all of his songs is New Zealand-born Shannon Lawn. Great stuff there. Lovely track. Lovely track. Right. Moving on to one of my favorite people in the whole world. We have Mr. Eden Future. has been with us since the very start. He's from Illinois in America. Although originally I believe he was from further south and has managed to lose the southern drawl, which is a shame because I absolutely love the southern drawl. What a guy this is. He faces adversity. He keeps going, and he is one of the most positive people I know. He loves his cat. And this is Electric Cobra featuring Damocles, who's from Sweden, and I also know very well, and is an established artist in his own right. And he did a lot of work with Eden on this track, especially in terms of the mixing and mastering. So a big shout goes out to Damocles, and you can check his stuff out on Bandcamp too. Don't forget, you can listen to all of the tracks and purchase and support the artists by going to RetroReverbRecords.bandcamp.com. We appreciate it, and we would love you to follow us so we can send you goodies. And if you join our VIP membership, you get all of our releases digitally downloaded for free. Okay, Eden Future, Electric Cobra. And just before that one goes into the second part after the bridge, I'm afraid we'll have to cut it short there, but what a high energy 80s sounding track that is. Thank you both for putting in the effort to make that for and release through the label. Right, next up we've got KMX7, who is an artist from Switzerland. He is a very reserved, calm character, family man, but a fantastic artist, and we're going to listen to his track called The Tempest. Okay, that was KMX7, sorry. Remember that KSWV is a global digital radio, synthwave, and electronic music hotspot. The on-air home of the best independent, self-producing, and unsigned music artists creating today's synthwave, retrowave, synthpop, and other great electronic music. We are, we are. Actually, no, I guess we are now. I am part of the we. We are KSWV Radio Shockwave. Thank you, guys. Right. I'm trying to get quite a few in there on my first attempt. It is important that people know who they're listening to and who is bringing them this fantastic, wonderful music. So thank you guys again. Right, next up, we have the Sub Theory. I mean, I've worked with Andy, and they're now a band for a long time. Andy is based out in the UK, Oxford / London, and spent a lot of time in LA as well. I know he's worked for BBC Match of the Day, but he has a very unique vision. What I love about Andy is just his persistence in the longer term goal, understanding the bigger picture, and just working to produce a really consistent aesthetic to his music and sound. He added a singer to give it a little bit more depth and variety, and then he's brought in some other people to help him, I think, in the production side of things as well. Not that he needed help, but to give him more eyes and, well, ears in this case, to the sound that they're making. It's very consistent. It reminds me a bit of Portishead in a good way. This is definitely in the electronic side of things, not the synthwave side of things. And this is a radio exclusive. We are listening to, and am I going to say this right? Sophistry. Sophistry. Never actually said this word. I believe it means cunning or deceptive. I'm going to go and find out how to say it, just in case I got it wrong, but here it is.
Look at what you've lost. for sadness, this isn't for the guiltless. This isn't for the brief. This is to show you how far away you are from us.
And that was the Subtheory Sophistry. I think I've got the stress or intonation slightly wrong there. Just realised, I haven't listened to that song as many times as I should have, and that there is a bit of male backing vocals going on in the back there. Excellent. Excuse me. Right. Next up, we have a artist from Barcelona in Spain, Dark Waves, who is just doing incredibly well, and really starting to make a name for himself. And when I say he's doing incredibly well, I'm not talking about people liking or sharing his stuff on social media. I'm not even talking about people streaming his music. I am talking about people actually buying his music. So I am so thrilled for him. He is a lovely guy, and we will be doing some hard copy releases of his music soon. We'll probably start with CDs or tapes and then eventually move on to vinyl because he deserves it. He obviously has a following. So I'm going to play the track Shadow Dancer, which is based on the, oh God, when was it? Somewhere in the 90s film by Brandon Lee, The Crow. Shadow Dancer by Dark Waves. So that was Shadow Dancer by Dark Waves. I just want to take this moment to give a shout out to some people in the scene. Gaz and Tom from Honeybeard, who were with us for a long time, who unfortunately have stopped making music as a duo because of personal commitments. But I do believe that Gaz will be back in some form or other at some point. And excuse me, for the cast, Honeybeard, one of my favourite bands. They were with us for a very long time. So a really heartfelt, emotional shout goes out to both of those guys. While I'm thinking about people in that part of the world, I might as well say a big shout out to Julian, that's Neil Fawkes, who is a lovely guy and a genuine supporter of the synthwave scene. Right, next track is from a album called Kill Wave by an artist called Detective, and this is Dystopian Sonata. He's also from Spain. This is a 9-minute track, so I'm not going to play it all, and I think he will forgive me for doing so.
Call the police immediately.
So that was Dystopian Sonata by Dick Wave. Detective. You have to cut that out, right? That was dystopians. The place to submit is RetroReverbRecords at gmail.com. I want to remind you once again that you are listening to KSWV Radio Shockwave. The place, I'm just making this up now, the place to listen to 80s modern synthwave, synth pop revival. KSWV brings you the fusion of the best independent music artists of the synthwave, electronic, synth pop, industrial, EDM, and of course synth rock, and any other mainstream electronic musical genres. Thank you so much. Right. It would not be fair of me to end this show without mentioning that I have not played every single artist on our label, and there are many more that you could listen to. Nuvolino, who often appears on KSWV, which is why I've decided not to feature him tonight. Triad are there. Carnu is one on our label. We've got John Garrison, who is releasing something soon. It should be super exciting. We've got VHS celebs who are doing loads of live shows out there in America at the moment, and more. Susie EXE, and I literally am trying to. You'll see Delta Wave 83. God, there's more. I can't remember them all, but guys, you know who you are, and I love you, and you will be featured on our shows if you weren't tonight. But I must finish with my best friend, my companion in this journey, my musical teacher, maestro, inspiration, singer, vocalist, talented artist in his own right. I'll quickly give a shout out to his wife, Alessandra, who's about to give birth to a baby girl called Judith. What a lovely name, after my mum. Well, it's not after my mum, but my mum was called Judy. Congratulations to both their second child. A shout goes out to Zaki too, the firstborn. But yes, Alex Fichetti, blessed, and we will finish the show on that note, because they are about to be blessed with their second child. Auguri ragazzi. Vi voglio bene. I said that right.
Now that I've let go of the pain, now that I've returned to life, now that I've let go of bright lights on the iris of my eyes.
and I just remembered that track features your friend Estevez, who is absolutely a wonderful artist as well. What a lovely collaboration that was. Just to finish off, I forgot. I'm going to sneeze. Excuse me. I did say that I had a cold. I'd like to give a shout out to Tonodi Boris, who is also on the table. Rain, and Trifle. Am I missing anyone else? No, that is it. Thank you once again. You've been listening to KSWV Radio Shockwave. I am Cole, aka Cybertronix, owner of RetroReverbRecords, and I'd like to welcome you to our family. Welcome to the family.